everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video we are doing the monthly Feel Unique pick and mix samples unboxing. For those of you who haven't seen previous videos, this is a sample service offered by the website Feel Unique, and each month you are able to go onto their website and choose a total of 5 samples from a selection of different ones on there, which usually are makeup, hair care, skincare and fragrance samples. And each month I go through and I pick my 5 samples, and then the following month I will give you a review based on what I've tried. So I will start with the ones that I picked last month, and then I will go on to what I've chosen for this month. So first of all, I will start with the foundation sample that I chose last month, and this was the Giorgio Armani Second Skin Makeup. And I got the shade 0.5 because I do tend to be on the lighter end of the scale when it comes to foundations. I will admit I did forget to try this, so when I was gathering everything together to film this video I thought might as well try it to film the video. I've got to say it is the strangest foundation that I've ever tried, in that it has a really thick consistency. Because it said Second Skin, I thought it was going to be more like a BB cream type low coverage foundation, and I can't quite actually gauge the coverage of it. It did cover a few spots that I had, but then it also didn't really cover the redness that I have, especially on my nose area. It was really thick, which I wasn't expecting. It was kind of mousse-like in a way when I was trying to blend it onto my skin. It did take quite a bit of blending, and then I found that especially on my forehead it did make my skin look a bit weird. I don't know if it was clinging to dry patches, which I did used to suffer from, but as of late, because I have improved my skincare routine, I've not been suffering from them as much, and I haven't had foundations cling to them as much. But I just found with this, especially around my hairline, my skin looks a bit like mottled effect because of this foundation. It also was clinging around my T-zone here. I then had this weird issue in that I put my usual concealer under my eyes, which is the YSL Touche Eclat. That went on okay, but it took a bit more blending than it ever has done on top of other foundations. So I don't know if this kind of just sits on your skin rather than blends into it, which you would think with the name Second Skin. I don't know if that indicates that or not. I then also set my under eye concealer with my e.l.f. HD under eye setting powder, and when I applied the setting powder, I was just pat it in with my finger. I found I was getting rolls of makeup coming off on my finger. I don't think it was the concealer doing it, because it's never ever done that before. I can only presume it's the foundation, because I do when you put the concealer here, whereas I kind of pat the whole under eye area with the setting powder, and it was when I was getting around here I was just having rolls of, it looked like dried skin. I know that sounds disgusting, but I could only presume it was the foundation. So I can't say I'm going to be rushing out to purchase this, and I think if I remember rightly it was around £40 as well, which is the most expensive foundation I would ever own. But yeah, I just did not rate this at all. I know I've only worn it once, I know I've only had it on for about half an hour at this time. The size of this sample, which was 1ml, I just about got a full face out of this. I was literally squeezing to get the dregs out of it to get a full face, but I suppose that's all it's intended for. I did think I would struggle at first, but I did manage to get a full face out of it. But the actual application process was just too much hard work, and it just doesn't work for my skin at all. The next thing I tried was the Clarins Extra Firming Night Cream, and I did actually quite like this one. It is a really thick consistency, which I wasn't expecting, but because of that, a little does go a long way. It's got a really nice fresh scent to it that's not too offensive and goes away as soon as you've rubbed it into your skin, but it does feel like it genuinely fills the fine lines, especially the ones that I'm now getting on my forehead. I just feel like it was really nice. It does say it is wrinkle control, and I did feel like it plumped my fine lines and generally just made my skin feel nice and fresh before I was going to sleep. I think I've probably used this about 3 or 4 times now, and I don't think I've taken hardly any out of it. I can see from the light shining through it that it is still this full, so I'm definitely going to get quite a few uses out of this. I'm kind of hoping that by the end of it I don't fall in love with it, because if I remember rightly it was quite expensive to purchase the full size. But if I do start to notice drastic changes to my skin, wrinkle wise and things like that, I probably would consider purchasing it. Then we have this Carita Cleansing Milk Emulsion, and I think I've used this 2 or 3 times and I'm halfway through the bottle. I just didn't rate this at all. It took an awful lot of the lotion to remove your makeup. It does say it is for face and eyes, but I did find that it actually irritated my eyes if I used it to remove eye makeup. Just a little amount didn't remove the eye makeup, so when you used a bit more it seems like it was a bit too heavy on my eyes and it just irritated them. Plus I've had a couple of eye issues recently anyway, so I am being extra careful with my eyes. With regards to removing foundation from the skin, I think I probably went through about 10 cotton pads trying to take the foundation off, because it was taking some of it off but not in one go. You know, if you normally have a cleanser and you wipe it, your skin when you're wearing foundation, you can see your bare skin underneath, but I found I had to wipe a good 3 or 4 times before you could see the bare skin underneath. So I definitely wouldn't rate this. You go through it too quickly and it doesn't do a thorough job. I've got micellar water that does a much more thorough job. It's okay, it might be more moisturising for my skin than a micellar water is, but surely the amount of sort of scrubbing I had to do to take the makeup off is more damaging in the long run. Then we have this Dermalogica Intensive Moisture Balance, and this was an unknown size of a sample. It doesn't have very much in it. So far I've only managed to use this once, and I do have some left in there, but I don't think it'd be enough for a full face. So I'm probably just going to focus it on the driest areas of my skin, which are my forehead and my nose area. But I did really like it, and I used it before bed, and when I woke up my skin did still feel really, really soft, which is great. I just don't think I could push the button and purchase the full size because it is a really expensive product in my opinion. So it is nice, but I have tried cheaper ones that do moisturise, maybe not quite as much but not far off, especially not to justify the price difference. The final product was this Clinique Fresh Pressed Cleanser. This was a powder cleanser. As you can see, I haven't even opened this one yet. I kept going to try it, but then usually I was in a hurry and I wanted to properly test it, and I guessed it was going to go everywhere, so I needed to not have my toddler hanging off my leg. So I haven't tried this one yet, but I do intend to try it soon, and if I do I'll probably update in a future video of these what it was like, because if anyone's like me I'm really intrigued as to how it goes. I know it's bad I had a month to try it as well. So that's it for the products I tried from last month. Not the best selection of products I've tried, but I did really like the Clarins night cream, so that's probably the best thing I've taken from it. I'd say the Dermalogica was okay, but both that and the Clarins are really expensive full size, so I don't know if I'd necessarily purchase the full size. On to this month's samples, and I will admit for the first time in ages I did actually struggle to find 5. Normally I can easily pick sort of 7 or 8 and then have to narrow it down to 5, but this time I did struggle to find the 5, so I don't know if they maybe haven't put some new products on the website for a while. Fingers crossed by next month they will have done, otherwise I'm just depleting all their supplies because I'm constantly doing this every month now. I am trying most of what they have to offer. I don't like picking the perfume samples because I struggle to go through the perfume I own as it is, rather than adding extra samples to it. So I do just like to try and pick skincare, makeup and hair care really. Mainly skincare and makeup. So the first thing I chose is this Burt's Bees night cream. I think in a couple of boxes ago I did try a Burt's Bees night cream and I did really like it, but I think that was just the normal one, whereas this is the intense hydration one. And the reason I picked this was because this Dermalogica was an intense hydration one, so I thought this might be a cheaper alternative. So I want to give this one a go and see what it's like, because this I think is £20 for a bottle that I think is twice the size of the Dermalogica, which is about £40. But I quite like the packaging of this, although it's not going to be easy resealable, so it is kind of just a glorified sachet at the end of the day, but it looks quite nice. Price wise, the full size of this is £19.99 for 50 grams. This is a 4.2 gram sample, so I work out that this is roughly worth £1.68. I think I just need to add a disclaimer in here. At the point I'm filming this video, it has been an extremely long day in work. I was also up for the majority of last night with my daughter, so I'm coasting on 0 sleep and not enough coffee, so I cannot be held responsible for any of these calculations that I made on my lunch hour today. They may be wrong, they look okay, I think they add up, but I hold my hands up now and say they may be wrong because I'm not having the best of days. The next sample I chose was from the brand Bioskin. This is a Derma Serum Skin Nourishment. So I think this is kind of a cross between a moisturiser and a serum, and it is a brand that I've tried before. A few boxes ago I did actually order something from the Bioskin Junior range, which was supposed to help with eczema, which my daughter does suffer from. I have since opened that and used it on her skin, and it did feel like it helped. Not as much as it would have probably one prescribed by the doctor, but her patches of eczema that weren't as bad as the others, it definitely did help with them, and she did appear to stop itching them as much because it did soothe them. It does say this one is suitable for skin prone to eczema or psoriasis, so I don't think it's necessarily to treat it, whereas I believe that Junior Bioskin one was. I think this is to just maybe to just help avoid you getting it. It does say it's for the face actually, and I don't ever, touch wood, suffer from eczema on my face. It is more on my hands and my arms, but I do get dry patches of skin, so maybe it'll help with that because it does say it is skin nourishment. So I'm looking forward to trying this. This is a 3ml sample, so hopefully I will get a few uses out of this. The full size of this is £13.99 for 50ml, and as I say, this is a 3ml sample which I work out to be 84p. Next I chose another item from Dermalogica after liking that moisturiser, and this is the Ultra Smoothing Eye Serum. This is another one that doesn't have an actual size of how much product is in here, so it's really hard for me to work out the cost. But as you can see from the packaging, the product does actually only run down the side here. So my calculation, as I did it on my lunch hour in work today, so it didn't have the product in front of me. I remembered it being fuller than that, so I counted it as being 1ml. But looking at the size of this, it's probably only going to be half a mil. But this is it's ultra calming and helps smooth fine lines on sensitive skin. So keen to give this one a go, because I really am noticing that I'm starting to get more worse crow's feet than I've had before. So fingers crossed this can assist with that. The full size of this is £42 for 15ml. As I said, I counted it as being a 1ml sample, so I worked that out to be £2.80. But I think it's probably only going to be 0.5ml, but again, I don't know. So let's say this is worth £1.40. This unfortunately does mean I'm going to have to redo my sum at the end without a calculator, so that's going to be fun. The next item I chose is this L'Oreal Extraordinary Oil Nourishing Oil Cream. I was quite intrigued by the concept of it being an oil cream. It does say it's a silky soft cream enriched with essential oils, so I presume it's just a normal cream consistency, it's just got the oils in it. I've tried a few different things from L'Oreal Skincare and have really liked them. One of my mum's go-to night creams is a L'Oreal Paris night cream, and she recommends that really highly, so I thought I would give this one a go. The full size of this is £22.48 for 50ml, and this is a 1.5ml sample, so I worked that out to be roughly 67p. Based on how much is in here, I'd like to say I would get a full face out of it, hopefully a face and a half or something, but we'll see when I try it out. And the final product I chose is this Benefit Buoying Concealer. This is the brightening one. If you've seen my recent everyday makeup drawer, you'll see I'm trying to work my way through the other one, which is the Ultra Strength or something like that. My mind's gone blank. But I wanted to give the brightening concealer a go to see what it's like, and also these blister packs last a really long time. Even though there's not a large amount of products in there, you really don't need very much at all to cover your under eyes, which is all I use this for. So again, this was only chosen because I couldn't really pick anything else that I wanted, so thought I'll give the other one of these a go because I did quite like the whatever the other one's called. So this was just like a kind of throw in there pick. The full size of this is £18.50 for 4g. This is a 0.05 gram sample, so I worked this out to just be 23p. But to be honest, for the amount of uses that I've had out the other one, I would definitely pay 23p for this. So totting up the price of the samples without the Dermalogica, it comes to £3.42. If you're adding the price of the Dermalogica on top of that, say it's roughly £1.30, that equals £4.82, I think. So I'm not getting much more than what I've actually spent on the samples, but this is probably the lowest value box I've had since I've been doing this, which isn't the worst thing in the world. And I say, to be honest, I would pay a couple of pounds for this because I do get a good few uses out of it. So I don't mind too much. Can't have a good every single month, so overall not too bad. This is me coming into the video having just finished and watched a bit of it back, and I realised I filmed that whole video with lipstick on my teeth. So that's it for this month's pick and mix unboxing. Don't forget I've currently got a giveaway going on my channel which went up I think last Friday, if you want to go and check out that video and enter the giveaway. Other than that, I hope you'll give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks!